And welcome. I'm attempting to make a video on another very good encryption software program that's popular and used on the net widely from the reviews and testimonials. And there are two versions. The Windows version is GPG4WIN, and you can get it from this website, gpg4win.org, and it's open source, but it's free software, and it does file and email encryption for Windows. Stands for pretty privacy guard, or pretty good encryption, really. So yeah, so you can download it from here for your Windows, and for the and Mac version. I had a previous version which was stable, but the Mac version is available from gpgtools.org, but it's a beta version, so it's down to you if you want to download and install that. But on their website, they encourage all users to install this release, which works the same way. And really, what it is this is for Yosemite. Where are we? Did say Yosemite somewhere? Let's go back. I'm sure I saw Yosemite. Yeah, for OS 10.10 Yosemite compatible back to OS 10.6. Download the GPG suite. So it's up to you if you want to read it first on their website to download it onto your Mac from here if you've got Yosemite. But if you've got previous versions, I think, I don't know if they do that. PGP for Mac. Try that one. No, I think it's the same one. You'll just have to go for that one. So yeah, if you go to yeah, it's the same one. So you'll have to download that one, which is it's a beta version. You'll have to search on the net to see if you get for an older Mac. So yeah, if we just go back and leave that where it was, GPG. So download it from here, and really what you want to do is from the screenshots you want to install the Cleopatra and if you got off Outlook 2010, then you need the looking for the file GPGX component. If that's not ticked, select that, and then the Outlook GPG-OL Outlook. It says sign an encrypt email in Outlook 2007, but it works in 2010 as well. And then you set a paraphrase, which I'll try and show you how that works. Don't worry about X519. Okay, so you want the GPG-OL one installed when it asks you, when you start installing it, the X component. You don't want the claw mail, and you want the Windows version part, and the Cleopatra part. Those are the main components. And once it's installed, your antivirus might say, right, allow. So you'll have to choose to allow that. So on your Windows machine, Cleopatra looks like this. Complicated, but don't worry. I'll try and talk you through what I did. And the GPG GNU Privacy Assistant Key Manager. Okay, now because I just ran it, having installed it on the machine, it forces you to generate a key or do it later. You do not have a private key yet. You need to generate it. The idea behind it is there are two keys. It's quite well explained on their website, the GP4WIN or the other one. The GP4WIN is definitely full of documentation and how this works. But simply put, you're using a key that only allows you to open a file or folder. Okay, and there are two components, the public key and the secret key. So if I say generate one now, you're forced to put an email address. So if I say I don't know, test. So if I put down Jones, just for any name, right? Your name, forward. And if you look back, it says your name will be part of the new key to make it easier for others to identify keys. So if you type in Joe, this is just fictitious. And then you put your email address. So it was jones at anymail.com. Again, this is fictitious. So you put the email that you use. This is not letting me put input. I always have this problem. It's not letting me put the ampersand on the keyboard, so you got to put the @ sign here. So I'm going to go forward. The way I cheat is, oh no, it's not going to do it, is it? Let's open Windows. Let's do it there. No, it just doesn't like it for some reason. I'll have to open Word and copy it and paste it from there. Sorry about this. Even though you're well prepared, there's things that slow you down. So bear with me for a minute. Open Word. Insert symbol. More symbols. And I want the @ sign. Can't see it there, can you? Hey! Insert. Close that one. I'm just going to copy that. Minimize it. And paste it. Oops. Didn't do it, did it? Try again. @ sign. So that. Right click. Copy. Minimize. Right click. Paste. Yay! Okay, so we've got the email, and then we can progress now. Forward. And then it said you want to keep a backup. So I would do a backup. It's recommended you keep a backup of your new key. Once you want to create a backup. I'll do it later. So I would do that. Then forward. And then my Kaspersky is kicked in, so allow that. And then it asks you for the paraphrase. Now this is the one you want no one to know. So for this exercise, I'm just going to call it test. Obviously, the stronger, the better. So test for this exercise. Click OK. Allow. Enter press. When you go enter the insecure, it should be at least 8 characters. So yeah, take this one anyway. Re-enter test. So yeah, make sure it's more than 8 characters, okay? Kaspersky is not stopping, because Cleopatra seems to be needs to do this. Inject code. Right, so you got your key now, okay? Oh, I did. And once it's generated a key, which is very, very secure, you get that in your key manager. So the key manager makes the keys for you, which you can export, or if you've got a key, you can import it from there. So you got your key with your email, and it says Owner Trust Ultimate. Now you can change that, edit key, set owner trust, so you can do ultimate or full or unknown. Okay, now it's selected unknown. I would change it to full if for this exercise, but you can keep it to ultimate if you're 100% sure it's you and you're happy with the password. Okay, so you trust this owner's ability to verify the validity of the keys so much, so you click OK and allow. Now Kaspersky is going to keep doing this. Didn't have the problem on my main PC. So yeah, it's changed it to, no it hasn't. Full. Here we go. It's changed it to full. Okay. So now this is your public key, which is the fingerprint that you can give to people. But this is the key, secret key, which will allow you to open open documents, right? You don't want to send your keys to the server, which is the public one. Most people do that. So for this exercise, leave that as it is. I'll minimize this, and Cleopatra automatically puts your details in there. So you can set a validity. This is how certificates are generated by servers, and this is OpenPGP. There's your secret key, which you sign emails and files with. Fantastic. Now, we know that passphrase was test, but you have to, that's the secret paraphrase. Now, you can select from here all your trusted certificates and expiry and everything. So if we leave that as it is, and if I do right click, you can then change expiry date, change paraphrase, add user ID, export the certificates, export the secret keys, and export certificates to server. So all we need to do is these two. So the secret key export, you can do it from here. You have to give it a name for this email. So the output file will be, I don't know, we'll put it in the documents folder in here. So secret keys, secret -Jones, okay, and it'll automatically give the format. So if I save that, okay, we'll call it, so save that again, we call it secret key Jones. So we know that's the key, right? Save, and then forget the ASCII armor, which is just a text file, so leave that. You can test it out later, but that's the path for the secret key. Okay, allow, and that's done. Now you want to export the certificate, or you can do it from here, you can do it from here, etc. So if I export the certificate, we've done the key, and put it in the, you can then put it on your public cloud or whatever. So if I put it in here and call it in front of that, you don't want to lose that, call it, this is the public key Jones, and that's the number, okay, and it'll give the format. So the secret key has GPG format, the certificate will have ASC. Now, okay, now let's open the folder and go back. Documents, wasn't it? So if you go back to, there you go. So you got the public key for Jones, secret key. Okay, let's move these. Well, I'll leave it there, it'll complicate it. So you know the secret key is the GPG for Jones, and that's the public key. You can then email that to Jones, so he can decrypt your files and folders, and or if you give him the key, he can then reply and open and edit them, etc. So now that we've done that, we minimize this. Okay, we will encrypt a file. So let's do new folder, test Jones, and in there we'll put down some files. Test Jones, test Jones. Now these could be anything: pictures, your files, your documents, your passport, etc. Now you can individually do it from here, or you can do the folder. So if you do the folder, we right click on it, and notice once you've installed the program, you got the sign and encrypt, and you got GPG X components, and the Outlook will be in the Outlook component, and in this one you want encrypt, or if you have an email on your Android, you can use APG to import these keys that you created, and K9 to encrypt and sign and send emails in encrypted form. Works fantastic. So let's encrypt this file and folder, and notice it says encrypt. Okay, and then what you want to do is remove the file unencrypted original folder when it's done. I trust this because I know it works. Then when you click next, you select the email. You can have several here. You select that, and then you add it to that box for encryption. Then you click encrypt. PGP does the rest. Obviously allow that. It says encryption succeeded, and then the second bit, it deletes the file, original file. So now the original is gone, and there's your test GPG zip file. So that you can now put on your cloud. To decrypt it, all you do is right click, go to your decrypt and verify, or just decrypt here. Either one will work. So if you do decrypt, leave that as it is, and it'll send it to the documents, the original, that folder. Decrypt, now it'll ask you for the passphrase, okay, for that email. And then you just type in what you used. We called it test. This is the password you would have created earlier. Click OK and allow, and it's success. Simple. That's why this program is popular, because it does it, and there's the folder. It's encrypted, and there's the original folder with the test Jones. So to send that, to send it in an email format, you would open your email. I don't know if it will work, because we've got the Outlook component. I don't know if I've set up in Outlook. Let's open Outlook. Bear with me if it doesn't work. So Outlook is open now. Okay. Accept that. Right. So let's go to Mail and click. Because we haven't got anything in there, if I write an email, notice if I minimize that, there you go. See, on your Outlook, this is 2010, you got the GPG Outlook component. Okay. Now, once it's there, you know it's going to work. So when you write in your email, select Mail, click Email, and then type in Jones. Because this is fictitious, it might not work. Let's see if it still remembers the @ sign. paste anymail.com, and this is test, and we got test. Okay, now you can have anything here. This is what will be encrypted. If you want to add attachments, you need to use right click on the file and encrypt it and attach it then once it becomes GPG. All right, so if you can do that, so you can use that one, insert, and it's there. Then you go to the GPG Outlook component before you send it, and you get these options. And then here's where you encrypt it. You can sign it so that only that recipient gets it. If you got, encrypted, only that person will have to sign and open the message, right? So let's, for this exercise, do encryption, because it'll be just the text that'll be encrypted, and that is already encrypted. Leave that as it is. Open GPG. Read the documentation of what these means, but leave it as it is because that's what we are interested in. And rest, leave it as it is. Select your email to go to, so it'll be the same, Jones, or whoever the certificate is for. You can select it from here as well. Okay, and then Cleopatra is doing that, so click OK, allow. It's encrypted it. You get your GPG encrypted file, which you can then send. Okay, need to send it. It won't work. Message, sorry, file, message. Yeah, send. Because if you haven't set it up, you don't get the send button. Now, if you were to decrypt this, and when you get this message, you'll get it like this. So if you send it to yourself, you'll get this. So now if you decrypt it, you just do that. Okay, and because it's already got the password, and that because that was open, it remembers that and it'll decrypt it to test. Same with this one. Save it first. Okay, let's close this. No. Close that. And then once you save the attachment, you can right click on it and decrypt it. You can do that one now. Doesn't matter which one. And again, it'll ask for the passphrase, but it remembers it because you did it. Then you got the same attachment open. So yeah, once you've got it installed, you can just start decrypting and encrypting files by just right clicking on them and save them as backups. There is the more heavier the files, say 100 megabytes, the more time it'll take to encrypt. So bear that in mind. But for emails, it's very good. And on Android, you can then go to Android. Go to Google Play Store. Let's go to Play Store. And let's try that out. There we are. And then click K9 APG rather app, which is free. This one really, your testimonial will say, well, I use this as well, which is very good. Obviously, the other person has to have the encryption keys. So once you set it up, it's brilliant. Install that, it's free. And this works in par with K-9 Mail. And on the Android app, this will pull up, or you can set all your email accounts with several Gmail or whatever, put it in there, and it'll encrypt and decrypt them. It's really fantastic. And it pulls the encryption keys from APG. So the secret key and the public key you import into APG. So if you go back, and then the K9 will, So if you go to K9, let's open this, right? In K9, what you do is you get the inbox demo, etc. So when you send an email, don't know if they'll show it here. So the email is encrypted. No, that's your email. And if you want to encrypt it, no, they haven't shown it. You get sign and encrypt with the email that you're sending it to, and then it'll encrypt it just like I showed you. And in the K9 part, so K9, yeah, we just did the K9. So beg your pardon, APG. This is where you import the keys, which the K9 Mail client will pull up. So yeah, you open the app, and you get your you just select import from this menu here, 3 bars, and it'll say import key. But when you do it, it'll say server. There'll be a little down arrow. Select that to go to file. Then on your phone, select the file, which is there we go. So you got encrypt, decrypt, import keys. So click that, and it'll take you to the file where you import those keys that we created, and the name Jones will come up, and then you can then say, right, put the passphrase for that email, and then you can then delete after encryption, etc. Test it out. So you could do hello, and then you pull in the email. You don't need to sign it. You can sign it if you want. Test it out, and then you just you get an encryption. Once you select that and go to your mail client, it'll encrypt it. But the keys are kept here. So you'll have the secret key, which it'll just say available, and the fingerprint, which is the public key. It'll pull up, and then Jones will come up there. So that's just an example, but you can then add real emails, etc., and accounts, and use that way. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's lengthy, but once you get familiar with it, it's a joy to use. And this works on Android, Mac, as well as Windows, and the same password will open. It's cross-platform, so you see what I mean. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.